Hey guys, Mr.Lumineon here, come at you today with the World Pokemon Federation, which is a league I'm in. This is the post-draft analysis thing that I'm gonna be doing, and you may have been like, yo, we already saw a battle and whatnot. But what happened is we got to week 5 and things started falling apart. So we made a decision and we were gonna restart the league. And we did a new draft because we had a bunch of new people join and a bunch of people quit. And this is the this is the draft, and you can see who picked what. And I'm gonna leave it at this page for a quick second while I talk, so you can take a look at who drafted what. Um, every team had to have a Mega, an OU Pokemon, a BL Pokemon, a UU Pokemon, an RU Pokemon, and an NU Pokemon, which also included PU. Now, the tier rankings were changed a bit. For example, Weavile was put into BL instead of OU. And there are a few other changes that were made. I'm not going to go through every single one because I don't remember every single one. One of the main ones, though, is Greninja was added in the league, but this is the X and Y Greninja. So it is not allowed to have Gunk Shot, and it is not allowed to have Low Kick. And then there are a few over here, like Altaria and Beedrill, and a bunch of these were moved down to the NU side of things, like Pidgeot, Pinsir, Lopunny, all the non-mega forms of a bunch of the megas. And I feel like that was kind of a bad decision, considering Charizard is still pretty decent on its own. It's not as good as the megas, but you know what I mean, right? And then also one other change I didn't like was Sableye was sent down to UU when it's a really good Pokemon even without the mega on there. Then yeah, you can pause this at any moment if you want to take a closer look at anything. But all the things highlighted, I'm pretty sure are what are chosen, and I think everything that's not wasn't chosen. I'm surprised Staraptor wasn't chosen. I'm gonna go back to this draft page. So here are 10 of the teams, and then there are 2 more over here: the Rhydons and the Mewtwo's. I am the Houston Dynamos. If you guys do not know, I probably should have said that at the beginning. But I feel like I got the best draft. No one took any picks that I was wanting besides once, but I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so when it came down to picking a Mega, you only got one, and it went through, about to here, where I picked Haxorus, and it went Snake, so it went across, and then it went back across. So it went from right to left, then left to right, then left to right, then right to left, so it went like a snake thing, right? You've probably seen something like that. But when I got to about Haxorus as my pick, everyone had drafted Mega besides me, the Flygons, and the Dwebbles, and I was really wanting Mega Pinsir, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna save that till my last pick. If I don't get Mega Pinsir, I'll get Pidgeot or Mega Gardevoir. But then the Flygons choose Mega Gardevoir, so I'm like, cool. I'll still save my pick. I get Mega Pidgeot or Mega Pinsir, which would both complement my team. And this guy was saying he wanted Mega Pinsir, the guy who hadn't picked yet, the Dwebbles. And then he picks Mega Sableye randomly, in the 8th round or something, which just put a big relief off my back so I could save my Mega for my last pick, and I would not have to pick any other Pokemon after it, you know. So then, I'm going to move on to my team, and the schedule's also out. Here's a list of all the people and their ads if you want to go look at them. Go ahead and pause it if you want. The team names, the owners, and the Twitter handles. And then the analysis, I can't pronounce that word right now. The analysts of the team names. Apparently the analysts have team names. But there's an interviewer, a power ranker, and a top 5 plays. And there are their Twitter handles if you want to go look at them. I think I can just link this in the description so you can take a look at it longer. I'll do that, and if it doesn't work, then pause the video if you want to take a closer look. Now to my team. Here's my logo if you guys wanted to see that. I like it a lot. I am the coach of the Houston Dynamo. This was made by Mage Pika. Big shout out to him. I love him. He did my current stuff also, like my banner and my icon. But anyways, my first pick was Weavile, and the main reason why I chose Weavile is I wanted someone that was fast and could hit hard, I didn't necessarily care if it was frail or not. And I originally actually only picked Mega Metagross, if I can get over to the thing. But as you can see, Mega Metagross was the first pick. And I actually am fine with not getting that. And then as it went along, I was like, okay, mine's not being picked. And then I snagged up Weavile, and I was like, okay, who pairs Weavile nice? I want a fast special attacker. So I picked, Raikou. Does not really counter any of the weaknesses of Weavile besides Bug. I think Electric Resist, if I'm right. But it did not cover the Fight, the Rock, or the Fire, or the Steel. But I mean, Weavile's fast, and it's not meant to take a hit. Look at his defense stats and whatnot. The nice thing about Weavile is I can have it Life Orb, Focus Sash if I really need to. I'm pretty sure it gets counter, so if I really want to be risky, Focus Sash counter could be a thing that you guys may see. It gets a big moveset. Not really, though. It's going to have an Ice Stab, Knockoff, and then 2 filler moves, depending on what I need for the week. Raikou could be AV, Specs, Scarf if they have a fast team. It gets Volt Switch, Hidden Powers. It's great. And I was like, okay, I have a fast physical attacker and a fast special attacker. Let me put in a Pokemon that might just be able to set up and sweep. And I was like, yo, Haxorus fits that role perfectly. And I absolutely love Haxorus. Oh my goodness. I love my Haxorus. I got it in the previous league, and you guys didn't see, but in the later on weeks, it got kills. It was great. I love Haxorus. Monstrous attack, and once you get up one Dragon Dance, it outspeeds pretty much everything that is not Choice Scarfed. Except for like Mega Lopunny. And maybe a few other things. The one thing that I was scared about is, I can get over to the draft again. Look who was picked right after Haxorus. Hydreigon. And if you not know about Hydreigon, it is 98 base speed, whereas, as you can see, Haxorus is 97. So a Scarfed Hydreigon outspeeds a Dragon Danced Haxorus and OHKOs it. So I'm going to have to be careful that week, and I could Dragon Dance twice if I really need to. But he might also bring Specs. Who knows? I'm just planning for the future in my head. My next pick, I was like, okay, I have a weakness to Fight. I was already planning out what I wanted to pick in the future. I have weakness to Fight, weakness to Ground, weakness to Ice. I did not share any common weaknesses yet. But I knew I wanted to pick up Mega Pinsir, and with Mega Pinsir and Weavile in my head, I was like, yo, I'm building up a Rocks weakness. So I wanted to draft a fighting type, and I was deciding between Machamp, Mienfoo. If that's the second stage, I'm really bad with that evolutionary line. And Lucario, Machamp would be able to take a hit better than the other two that I just named. And it does get the Bullet Punch, but Bullet Punch isn't stab, and it only resists rocks by half. And I wanted something to completely negate rocks. The nice thing about Lucario is I can get up a Sword Stance and pretty much sweep. Extreme Speed, Bullet Punch, or Iron Tail, if I don't know. I'm not as fast as I'd like to be with only 90 base speed, but I can still get the job done. If I really need to, I can Scarf it. And it's also nice because it's going to be physical or special. As you can see, I had a physical, a special, then a physical. I wanted something that was versatile, and I could run physical sets, special sets, Scarf sets if I really need to, Specs Band. The opponent will not know what to expect when I bring Lucario. Next pick, this isn't okay. Let me fix this border. There we go. Next pick, I was deciding. Okay, I don't have any bulk. I have a bunch of offense, and I was deciding between Milotic and saving a pick for Elmamola, but I ended up going with Milotic. Because that's nice. That's really nice. I do not get Wish on there, but I get Marvel Scale, so if I'm going to predict someone to Will-O-Wisp or something like that, Toxic, I can switch on in Milotic and get my defense up. Anything like that. It also is great because its two weaknesses being Electric and Grass are resisted by Haxorus, and I think Steel resists Grass if I'm right. but don't quote me on that because I'm bad. And I was like, okay, I have special defensive Pokemon. I can be physically defensive if I wanted to with the Marvel scale. I could put Flame Marvel on that. I could put Leftovers. If I want to make an offensive set, I guess it gets enough moves. But I doubt I'll ever do that. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And I was like, my next pick, I'm building up kind of a fire weakness with Lucario and Weavile. Even though I do have the resistances in Haxorus and Milotic, those were two of my main Pokemon at the point. And I did not want to have a huge weakness throughout my team. You see, I also was building a ground weakness in Lucario and Raikou, and obviously Arcanine, you can see. But I was thinking that was gonna be fine. I had Milotic who could bulk a hit. I think Haxorus can bulk a hit because he can bulk a non-stab Ice Beam from most things that aren't set up or specs. And I was like, okay, I want Arcanine because it's good. It gets extreme speed, which is amazing. It gets Flare Blitz, and it gets natural bulk with 90 and 80 in both defenses. It doesn't look like it's bulky, but I've bulked a waterfall from I forget what it was. I bulked a waterfall from something that was like an all-out physical water type in the UU tier. No, it was in the OU tier. I don't know. I just remember bulking a waterfall, and that's super effective, so it's kind of impressive. And the guy was like, whoa, what set are you running on him? And I was like, yeah. It also gets Morning Sun for recovery, which is nice. Add to that Leftovers, and it gets Will-O-Wisp. I could run on there. Close Combat, Wild Charge, Iron Head. It gets a bunch of coverage moves, which is really nice. And look at its attack stat and special stat. I could be a physical attacker, be a special attacker. Once again, very versatile Pokemon. I feel like my first 6 picks were really strong. No one took anything that I wanted, and I got exactly what I wanted. So, with my next pick, I was like, I still have mainly offensive core. Let me pick up a defensive Mon. Maybe that actually resists ground because I don't have anything that resists ground yet. And I was like, okay, Trevenant fits it perfectly. Harvest Citrus Berry with Shadow Claw, Horn Leech to recover even more health, Leech Seed, if I want to run Toxic on there, Confuse Ray, Protect, try and get a Citrus Berry back. I've used Trevenant before, and it's beautiful. I cannot wait to use this in the league. It also has 110 attack, which is going to be able to hit hard with that Shadow Claw and a Horn Leech to do damage. It is slow, and it looks like it's less bulky than even Arcanine, but the Citrus Berry recovery and the resistances it gets are really nice. I think its weakness is Flying, Ghost, Dark. I think that's about it. Because Bug is not super effective, neither is Poison. And I have 2 immunities being Fight and Normal. So if I need a safe switch, if I'm out in my Lucario or Weavile, just pop in the Trevenant. If someone's choice band something or someone's gonna extreme speed me, Trevenant comes out. I love Trevenant. It gives me exactly what I wanted. And with my next pick, I was like, okay, I have an immunity to Fight type, but that's all I have to resist Fight type. And I had Weavile and Lucario. So I went ahead and picked up Weezing, which actually also gives me a ground type immunity with the ability Levitate. So now I'm pretty much good on my ground type, considering that I was going to get Mega Pinsir. Even without the Mega Evolution that resists ground type. Looking at the drafts, there was something that I was like, okay, here's Weezing. Where's Weezing? I picked Weezing here. I was planning on picking Uxie next. And, yeah. I wanted to pick Uxie. If Uxie was picked, I wanted to pick up Mesprit. And I was going to maybe pick up Xatu, but then that added too much weaknesses having the flying type. Even though Magic Bounce would be good, I felt like Xatu would not be good for my team. So, Weezing was picked, and then I went along, and, Uxie was picked. I can't find it on this draft page. Was it going the other way? Uxie was picked somewhere. I can tell you that much, because someone picked Uxie. That's why I didn't pick Uxie. Wait. I'm gonna go through each team individually till I find Yuxi. I know someone drafted Yuxi. This is a little bit embarrassing. Anyways, Yuxi was drafted. Over here. Yeah. It was actually the round before I picked Weezing, but I was going to pick Weezing before Yuxi anyways. So that did not all too much matter, and I was like, okay, I still got Mesprit and Xatu, if I really needed Xatu. And it was going to the left after Weezing, and Mesprit was picked by the same person who has Mew, mind you, and Xatu was picked the next round. I do not know, or even have a clue, why they wanted Mew, Mesprit, and Xatu. Because Mew and Mesprit pretty much cover the same role, and Mew's just a better version of Mesprit. Xatu, like, you already have two really good Psychic types, why do you need a third one? So, I was already going to pick up Togetic, but I was going to pick up Togetic right after Yuxi, so I just ended up picking Togetic next, which is nice with the Eviolite bulk. It does resist knockoff if someone's trying to do that to me, which isn't all too much of a matter, because they can do whatever next, but also I get that ground immunity, which I love. I love getting that ground immunity. I had 3 weak to ground, and now I have pretty much 3 things that can completely counter ground types. If you look at its stats, special defense with the Eviolite becomes about 150 something, and defense becomes about 130-ish. Its HP is pretty not too good. But I mean, look at Weezing pulls it off without too high of HP. I didn't really go over Weezing, but like, it's going to get some type of fire move being Flamethrower. Thunderbolt if I want it on there. Poison Stab. Hidden Power, other moves. I don't know, I haven't looked in the set in a while. Will-O-Wisp is also nice on there if I really need to Toxic someone. But what Togetic gives me is, it gives me Wish. It gives me Heal Bell. It gives me a bunch of other moves which I cannot put in my head right now. And it gets Super Luck if I want to run Air Cutter to try and get crits every single turn. It gets Hustle if I need to get that extra damage. And it gets Super Luck. No, it gets Serene Grace if I really need to do something else there. Togetic is a good Pokemon. It also gets a Poison weakness, which I have covered with Weezing and Lucario. So that does not matter all too much. The Steel weakness is covered once again by Lucario. And my other defensive mons and Milotic. The electric weakness that you may see building in Togetic and Milotic are completely countered pretty much by Raikou, Haxorus, and Trevenant. Ice type is super effective against Trevenant, Togetic, Haxorus, but Lucario, Milotic, Arcanine, Weavile all resist it. So I'm not too scared about anything as of 9 picks into the draft. Since I couldn't pick up Yuxi, I wanted to pick up something that I could still use successfully. And I wanted something that I knew how to use, and that was good. And, Stoutland was my pick. I did not have a normal type yet. So now I have my normal type, which is a Ghost immunity, if I really need one for when I'm using Trevenant. But also, it's pretty much a carbon copy of Arcanine, but a normal type. I said almost. It has about the same HP stat, but actually better defense stats, along with the same attack stat, and it's only 15 speed slower. So it's going to be able to bulk hits just as well, just like Arcanine does. But Arcanine has more weaknesses, so I mean, I don't know. They even look pretty similar. They're both dogs. That has nothing to do with why I drafted Stoutland. Stoutland is amazing with the stab, return, stab, body slam if I want to get paralyzations. It gets play rough, it gets crunch, it gets superpower, wild charge, the fangs if I'm facing like a scissor and I need a fire fang on here, or a Ferrothorn, or a ground flying type so I can ice fang on there. I believe it gets iron head. Stoutland just gets a bunch of different things. If I really want to, I could run Choice Bang Giga Impact, and that would just straight up wreck something. It just straight up demolish it. if someone with the Tyranitar is facing me, I might just pop Sandstream on here. Because it gets Sand Rush. It's double the speed in Sandstorms. I have a Sand team on Showdown, and Stoutland's my main member pretty much. It gets kills after kills. Its other abilities are scrappy, so ghost types don't even matter now. And if they have a ghost type that's also another type, I probably have coverage moves for it. And I wouldn't even care about ghost types because I have Crunch. Stoutland is just amazing. It counters all of its weaknesses with the moves, counters all of its resistances with the moves it gets. So like rock types, steel types, ghost types. I have things to cover all those. Fight types is going to be a big problem for Stoutland. I haven't done any calcs yet, but I'm pretty sure it could bulk a hit, being that Arcanine could bulk a waterfall. My next pick was like, I knew I was going to pick this from the beginning. I had this in my mind. I was going to pick it 12th after my Mega in case if the other guy still hadn't picked his Mega, so I could snag it up the round before he tried to snag it up. And I'd be golden, right? But he picked his Mega a few rounds earlier, so I just picked up my good old Sandslash, which I absolutely adore. I do not want to give away too much, but I'm just going to say it can bulk a thing. It can bulk some stuff. Not as well as maybe other Pokemon, but it still can bulk things, and it gets Rapid Spin. It gets Stab Earthquake. It gets Knockoff. It gives me an electric immunity, which is nice having my Lodic and Togetic on my team. It's very ideal. It's like a lower tier Hippowdon without Sandstream or recovery move. Yeah. I love it. You can go ahead and look it up if you want. It also gets Knockoff, which is nice. My last pick was the pick that I was anticipating the whole time. That is Mega Pinsir, the monster. Just look at its attack, defense, speed stat. Its natural defense is going to let it bulk a maybe normally super effective, not rock type move. Something that's neutral or resisted, I'm going to be able to bulk. It gets Sword Stance. It gets Stab Return on a flying type. So I can pretty much demolish anyone. And if they're like, oh, I'm an electric type, Earthquake. I mean, this thing is perfect. If I'm a steel type or a rock type facing, if I'm facing a rock or a steel type, I'm most likely going to outspeed them because of my 105 base speed, and rock and steel types not usually being that fast. Besides Aerodactyl, I don't think anyone picked up Aerodactyl, so I'm fine there. I can just pop out an Earthquake. If it is an Aerodactyl, I can put some other move on there. Close Combat, I think I get Stone Edge. No, he gets Rock Slide. I don't know. He gets a bunch of stuff. Mega Pinsir is going to be great. I think I can Pursuit Trap with him. I don't know, though. I haven't looked at his set. If I need a stab bug move, I can put on there X Scissor. That's great. Because usually that's not ran on there, but if someone has like an Umbreon or some dark type, pop out an X Scissor, they'll be shocked and die. Because I'm pretty sure that I haven't used Mega Pinsir all too much, but as of what I can tell, people weren't expecting when I was going for X Scissor and Showdown. Because they stayed in with a dark type or a psychic type. And I just pulled out my X Scissor and they got bopped and they're like, whoa. I'm pretty sure the common set is like Return. Oh, it also gets Quick Tack Stab with Aerolate. Who knew? I knew. Most of you probably knew. I'd say one of the moves that make this Pokemon is Earthquake. I went over my team. If you have any questions about why I drafted something or if you have suggestions, because I do get to pick up a free agent or a trade. If you see Pokemon that may benefit my team and one that won't that I currently own, go ahead and tell me and I'll ponder on that. But here's my schedule. I'm facing Corey, Peter, Yumi, Manau, I may be pronouncing some of these names wrong. Harrison, Blurry, Stefan, Yumi, Eric, Flachet, Harrison, and Jamal. As you can tell, Yumi and Harrison are in my division. Conference and division standings are right here. Yeah, this is my division. I'm in the Sigma division in the Ruby Conference. I think I did great this year. Last season, this season. Last season I lost a bunch because I did not prepare, and there's in a bunch. Since I didn't upload like any of the videos, I lost the first 2 weeks, and the rest of the weeks that I played up till week 6, I won. And Keldeo was in the MVP slot, and Durant was number 4 or 5 in the MVP slot. And I was doing really good once I started preparing for each battle. But before that, I just lost a bunch. So I feel like as long as I prepare, I'm gonna do good. Here's the power rankings. Look at number 1. Look at number 1, week 1. Look at all these power rankings. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, that's a big spider. That is a huge old spider. I'm scared of that. I'm not gonna go anywhere near that. And just crawl out from the closet. Oh, look at that. Season 1 champion. Oh no, that's not true. You. Oh yeah, actually that's true. He's undefeated. Never mind. Oh, just rambling now. I was gonna do something. Here's the full schedule. If you guys get the link, if the link that I put in the description works for this, below where you can see, like below the scroll bar here, there are a bunch of tabs, and they're team tabs, and this is my team. Here's the Manchester Mewtwo's, Great Lakes Swadloons. You can see some people put in a little bit more work than others. Here's a guy and he did a bunch of the stuff. I'm gonna do a bunch of practice matches against like every single team with my brother because he's pretty good. Let's see, tier rankings. I already went over that. Teams. I think I went over anything. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask me. Hopefully the link works. Hopefully it works. And if the link does work, this will be updated throughout the time, so you can go ahead and see what the power rankings are and whatnot. I don't think the battles start until I don't want to say this and be wrong, but I think about the 30th of August, so they don't start for quite a while. But they wanted everything to get prepared and for everyone to have time to do this. And if you went over here to teams, Lux is the interviewer, and he wants to interview everyone, including me. So eventually you're going to see an interview. I think that may be over on his channel. I don't know whose channel it'd be on. But yeah. He'll interview everyone, which would be nice because then you'll get to see everyone. Yeah. I'm definitely going to have to look out for Yumi because he's good. I know that. Harrison is in my division. I think I can pull off with only losing a few times. As you can see by looking at the schedule, you face everyone once and everyone in your division twice. There are no division battles in the last week. That's nice. That is nice. I'm going to be updating my page every single week so you can see how I won and what my differential was. I'll update that after I win my video so there are no spoilers. Hopefully I'll be able to do a team builder. I want you guys to tell me in the comments below. Do you want me to do a team builder, like an actual team builder where I go through from the start and decide what I want to bring? Or do you want me to do one where I just show you what I chose? Like, would you prefer me to open up Showdown and be like, here are the 6 I'm bringing and why? Or do you rather have me upload like an hour-long thing, or maybe a few hour-long thing, and me just going through every single option, like, oh, what if Cobalion has Choice Band? Let's see how much defense I can put into bulk a Choice Band, and then get off an attack and kill. Oh, Entei, he could be Scarfed. I may need to Scarf something so I can outspeed him. But if he's Scarfed and I'm Scarfed, I may not have to be Jolly. I may be able to be modest so that I can get that little extra damage. I should have said timid instead of Jolly there. All those little things, do you want me to go through every single detail like how I do on my own? Or just like open up Showdown and be like, here are the 6 I chose, here's why, and then upload the battle the next day. I don't know. That's up to you guys, depending on how much you want to watch. But I think all the teams have a page. Just some have like stuff like that, and then there's stuff like that. And I want to look at logos of all of them. I haven't looked at all of them yet. But I'll do that on my own time. And you guys can do that on... I'm facing Corey week 1. Oh, he's the Pokemon with the kills and the deaths. I'm going to do that on my page, and I'll add that. And if the link works, you guys can see that. That will probably be, down here. I'll have, like, Stoutland. I'll have them alphabetized. I like to do alphabetization. That was complete English. I'd have Arcanine be first. I'd be like, Pokemon name, kills, and then deaths, and then have like Arcanine here. And I'll work on the rest of this on my own time, so it looks all nice and neat. But that way, you guys will be able to see. I did not mean to click merge. You guys will be able to see throughout the year, throughout the season, how each one of my Pokemon are doing, and that will also be better for me because last season I was trying to be like, okay, Kildeo got 5 kills this week, and I'd have to go back and watch all the videos to see who got how many kills, because I wasn't recording them. Yeah, you guys will see this complete when you click on the link, if the link works. I'm pretty sure it does. It says, anyone who has the link can access, no sign-in required. Yeah, so you guys will be able to use the link. That'll be nice. I hope you guys liked this video. It was longer than I thought. It turned out to be 31 minutes. But, go ahead and leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy and if you're excited for the World Pokemon Federation Season 2. I know I am. Yeah, I'll see you guys week 1. I'll probably see you guys before then. I'm gonna start my Skyrim thing up pretty soon. But I'll see you guys before then, and until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Bye. Adios.